Hi, everyone. Thanks for your time. Today, we're going to talk about an issue that plagues millions of people across the world, insomnia. Now, a lot of people, when they hear the word insomnia, they believe that there's absolutely nothing can be done. At the same time, I'll be upfront, there is no magic diet, there is no magic food that can take your insomnia away. And when you really study insomnia, like the sleep experts are, there are various reasons, right from the kind of anxiety that you go through, the kind of stress. Sometimes it could be something as simple as your environment around you, inside of your bedroom. Sometimes it goes down to the level of even the quality of your sheets, or, in that environment, is that a place where you sleep where there's also a lot of stress? You probably work in your room, or you have most of your fights with your spouse or whoever it is in your room. There are many things, but today we're going to talk from experience. We have Sneha with me. She's a head nutritionist with me, and she works with sleep cases all across the globe. So we thought we'd share our experiences and what's worked for people, what hasn't worked, and probably leave you with a couple of, foods and lifestyle changes that we have seen has had a massive impact on people. Like I said, it may work for you, it may not work for you, but it doesn't stop us from trying. Because at the end of the day, sleep is the most important fundamental of human health. Sleep is like a drug. There's enough of medicine and science research showing us the importance of sleep. So you can have the best diet, the best exercise program, you can be meditating, but if you don't sleep well at night, okay, it is a big problem when it comes to human health. That's not to scare you, but motivate you into action, into doing things to at least try to improve your sleep, because a lot of insomniacs have accepted that they can never sleep. So they just put on the television at night, or they're on their phones and social media, and they don't try to do different things. A lot of them have tried and they fail, but it doesn't mean we give up until we've tried a lot of things that can work. So Sneha, thanks for your time today. Thanks for taking time out from your busy schedule to join us. Let's start off with, you see a lot of patients with sleep disorders and insomnia across the globe. What are some of the common traits that you see amongst these people, commonalities, symptoms? Because a lot of people like to label themselves as insomniac. Some genuinely are, but most of them are just probably going through a little bit of depression, or they're too much of caffeine in, or they have a bad lifestyle, so they don't sleep for a couple of nights, and then they label themselves as insomniacs. And the moment you label yourself as something, you start to subconsciously behave that way. Over to you, Sneha.
Correct. Thank you, Luke. So yes, people around the globe that come to us with a problem of having insomnia, the most common symptoms that we've seen across is first thing, they feel that they have difficulties falling asleep. So even if they are on the bed, they don't find it as easy to sleep within like 10-15 minutes. They take hours together to sleep. There is some kind of cognitive impairment, wherein there is a behavior of forgetful events, like they forget on something important that needs to be done, or they get very irritable sometimes. They also see a non-restorative sleep. So in spite of sleeping, they don't feel that they have slept well sometimes.
So they wake up tired, basically.
Yes, so they wake up tired. They also wake up during mid of the night sometimes, and then they find it very difficult to go back off to sleep. There are a lot of people who also face across a lot of mood swings in that case. So there are a lot of mood swings, mood irritations, or changing of moods frequently, which to them sometimes even they have a question as in why is this happening in spite of everything being fine at their end. So they're a little confused kind of thing during those problems. Sometimes they face difficulties either in the school, colleges, or at the works front. Because of all this irritableness, fatigue through the day, low energy levels through the day. So they can't do as per what they think they can do. So all those things build up a lot of issues, and they show this very common symptoms every day. So this is how we've seen in most of the cases that we have right now.
And another trait that I've also seen amongst people who are insomniac or who have sleep disorders, they sleep at different timings every day. And I think that's a big issue, because you confuse the entire biological clock of the human body, the circadian rhythm, and after a while, your body doesn't even know what time you're supposed to go to sleep. We assume our body will put us to sleep when we have to. But today's exposure to artificial light, blue light after a particular time, has actually created a change in the way our brain puts us to sleep, right from the production of melatonin to everything else. So Sneha, what about sleeping pills? What's your take on sleeping pills? Because we've seen a lot of people who started off on sleeping pills, after a while they get immune to it, and then the doctors go on increasing the dosage. What's your take on sleeping pills?
So not all cases really require loop, because if you see, even insomnia has two forms of it. One is acute form, one is chronic form. So people who are on chronic form would definitely require. So how do they term chronic? They term as a from chronic insomnia when a person is unable to sleep either for 3 nights per week to at least 3 months when they can't sleep. That is when they need a medical intervention. But what has happening these days is people of all the people who come to us, they directly jump to the medical intervention. They go to their medical practitioners to say about it, and they start popping in the pill, which is not a correct thing. They need to understand the root cause of why are they not able to sleep. Because with many of the clients that come to us, us also have seen that with the simple tips that we give around to them and working on their root cause can easily make them go off to sleep to bed with a very good quality of sleep. So I would say sleeping pill will be the last resort for us to actually work on. If nothing is working, then go for that option.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, because I think people don't want to even try. And then once you get the taste of a sleeping pill and you realize how easily without effort you can go to sleep, it becomes addictive mechanism in your mind immediately. And then most people, to get off it is a big problem. So I think it's always necessary for people to first try to make their lifestyle changes, which we're going to discuss about, and also try to address the root cause. If it's stress, then how is a sleeping pill really going to fix your problem? You need to fix the stress so that you can sleep better eventually. Because after a while, everyone knows that the sleeping pill, you will become immune to it. And we need to understand the side effects of a sleeping pill. You know, it doesn't only work for the time you're sleeping. That's why most people on sleeping pills have very low metabolic rates during the day, because how does a sleeping pill work? It works on basically a serotonin, dopamine, balanced melatonin, but it also creates a lot of, slowness in your metabolism. So right from weight gain to feeling, brain fog during the day. If we can avoid it, we should. If you really, really need it, absolutely take it. Go ahead, Sneha.
The productivity is also reduced for the day. What they compare with previous, even in spite of being on the sleeping pills, when they have a good quality sleep also, they feel they've been rested, but still there's a lot of brain fogging happening, which you correctly said.
Correct.
So your mental, the day very easily.
Mental focus also decreases, and people feel that they're not sharp as they used to be before. So like always, we should try to avoid medication. But again, if you really, really need it, make an informed decision, take the kind of guidance you need, make sure you've made all the lifestyle changes, and then decide to get onto that medication. So Sneha, let's just jump straight into some of the things that have worked for you and your clients around the world. Some tips when it comes to nutrition, lifestyle. Over to you.
Yes, great. So my first personal favorite, and in fact, it has worked to most of my clients, for which I'm very happy, is called sleeping potion. Now, it's very easy to make this cup of potion for you. You need to take is 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg powder, 2 to 3 strands of kesar or saffron, and 1 to 2 teaspoons of khaskhas, which is poppy seeds, in approximately 150 ml of water, and bring it to boil. Now, you can sip this either warm or at room temperature, at least 20 to 30 minutes before going off to bed, and have it with 5 soaked raisins. It is an immediate response that I've seen from clients saying the next day morning, Sneha, we had a superb sleep. Now, if you find this is too much, yes.
But just one point. If you're in Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Bahrain, don't go around asking for khaskhas seeds, because it's banned.
Anywhere, look.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is what I was about to come. So don't worry if you don't get it easily khaskhas everywhere around. You can still stick to nutmeg, because nutmeg is a spice which has been blessing to the Indian wisdom. So even adding like 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg to either a warm cup of water or even a milk, A2 cow's milk, if you are okay with the milk, if it's suiting you well, that works wonders, because even your A2 milk is rich in tryptophan, which helps in the conversion of melatonin, which is needed for the sleep.
Right.
So even a person can do that as well. My second thing which works for the clients is having a guided meditation, which is utmost important, because maximum cases we get these days are full of stress.
Right.
So guided meditation, I personally like to choose Insight Timer. So this is an app which is easily available from Play Store, which you can download and do a personal guided meditation as per your needs. This helps to relax your mind, de-stress yourself, and induce a very good sleep. Along with that, I also would like to put across doing Yog Nidra, which has been superbly, efficiently been able to do by all of them. and they find it like very easy to do. In fact, while the session is still on, they go off to sleep half of the time. They don't even know. Yes. So that's been amazing. And to many of my clients, you can choose any Yog Nidra. Insight Timer has it, and many other people also do it. But my personal favorite is Shri Shri Ravi Shankar's The Heart of Living Yog Nidra. It is just amazing. And in fact, those links, when I've shared with the clients also, they have seen a very good response to that. And they have responded really well to sleep for the insomnia.
Yeah. So maybe Sneha or Tina, when we have this video sent out to all our participants, we can add the links so people can practice it as well. Go ahead, Sneha.
Yes. Okay. So this is thing. Third thing is left nostril breathing. So as the name suggests, you have to inhale and exhale through your left nostril. This helps to calm down and de-stress your body again, which helps in inducing the sleep. So it's as simple as just with the help of your thumb, you can just close your right nostril, breathe in and breathe out. So just before going off to bed, you can sit down in a comfortable position on your bed and at least do it for 10 to 15 times, and you will immediately start feeling a little drowsy and would want to go off to sleep immediately. So even that works wonders in that case. Along with that, also to relax, supposedly if you've had a tired physical day, which also doesn't allow many of the people to not go off to sleep because the body is too much fatigued. In such cases, warm water bath helps a lot. So along with warm water, you can put vetiver essential oil, 2 to 3 drops of essential oil, vetiver essential oil in a bucket of warm water, and taking warm water and taking bath with it helps to induce sleep and go off to sleep very easily. And this has truly worked for people who have been both the ways, either physically stressed or mentally stressed. It has shown amazing results. Along with that, if you still feel it's difficult for you to go off to sleep, you can use essential oil for lavender oil. So a few drops on your pillow cover can help you to get further sleep.
Right.
So that has been one more thing. Along with that, if you have a habit of sipping something warm at night during such rainy seasons or during winters, a cup of chamomile tea also helps a lot. Right. So cup of chamomile tea 30 minutes before your sleeping time. In fact, in that, you can also add nutmeg powder if you wish, a pinch or two of it. Mix it well and take it. So even that helps to helps to get sleep very easily. Along with that, if you have had a stressful event or you feel stress is one of the reasons to not get enough of good sleep for you, or you can't sleep, you can even try 6-6-12 method of breathing technique. So in this, what you do is you inhale for 6 seconds, you hold on for 6 seconds, and then you exhale for 12 seconds. This de-stresses your body and calms you down and relaxes you down immediately.
And how many times would you suggest that breathing cycle? Like how many reps?
10 reps, look. It works wonders.
Right.
Yes. Okay. So 10 reps to 12 reps. Right. But people do say me, like most of the people who have slightly been on the better side, who are improving with other responses, then they feel within 3 to 4 rounds only they are
asleep,
fine. You fall asleep. So that's one thing. And the lifestyle changes, I would recommend that they have a certain pattern or a fixed bedtime routine pattern, so that the body can go or follow the biological rhythm that every day I have to sleep at the same time and wake up at the same time. So conditioning your body for that reason also helps a lot. To go
this is an extremely important point, Sneha. You know, getting into bed at the same time. So a lot of insomniacs will say that, yeah, but I get in and I don't know what to do. I'm just lying awake. You should still get in. You have to train the body's memory that at this time, everything in the body works according to a clock. At this time, I am in bed. So just because you don't get sleep doesn't mean you don't get into bed. And it may last for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, but eventually it's like a muscle. You train the same muscle, the muscle has a memory. So it is so important to get into bed at the same time. Very, very important. Go ahead.
Yes. Along with that, Luke, because these days the social media has been so on the higher side, and so is the screen time. So avoiding any light emitting gadgets an hour before going off to sleep also has helped many of our clients.
Absolutely.
So this is all linked to each other. So if they follow one pattern, the other pattern automatically comes up. and then they see a
Right.
lot of improvement in their sleeping patterns.
Right. No, that's brilliant, Sneha. I also want to add the fact that, because we have to understand why do people say don't get onto social media and screens. Two things. One is it's artificial light, it's blue light. So when you look at artificial light and blue light, it turns melatonin off. Melatonin is what puts you to sleep. So it's so important for us to understand if we want melatonin to do its job of putting us to sleep, we have to allow it to be produced. What cuts off melatonin is bright lights, artificial lights, and blue light, and that in turn also depresses testosterone and leading to weight gain issues and so many other things. And that is the importance of keeping off your gadgets and screen at least 1 hour before bedtime. Yeah.
I would want to share your one example, Luke. So there was this client who would say, I don't use any I mean, not light emitting. I don't do anything on social media. I just use Kindle for reading books at night.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we were
Right.
not able to help him out all the time. Why is he not able to sleep? Because one day was a very good day for sleep. And then after taking every day's recall and everything, that's when we realize the day when he looks across to Kindle, he goes through the books, reading books on the Kindle, is when the things get hampered.
Right. Yeah.
So light is such a small factor. We don't really realize how important it is for our body.
Yeah.
But a person thinks he's off track. He's been off completely social media or all the things. He's just been reading, but as simple as just a light emitting gadget, it is Kindle, also hampers your sleep patterns.
No, you're right. And the biggest mistake is if people look at artificial light in a dark room. So let's say you're on your bed and you're looking at your phone with the lights off. That's the worst thing to do, because you should always look at your screens with a surrounding light on. So like room lights, which are yellow in nature, dull, warm lights, that doesn't affect. In fact, that helps the body to produce melatonin. But it's the white tube light, it's the blue light, LED light, even a small LED which is on in your room, in a dark room, and you look at that, that has the ability to, interfere with your circadian rhythm. So that's a good point you brought up.
Yeah. Correct. Along with that, one of the last thing which I think across, which helps, is ashwagandha as a herb, which is an adaptogenic. It also helps to reduce the stress in the body and also helps in sleeping much better for the people.
Yeah.
So person who has high amount of stress levels or who is in a working pattern where the stress is always, so stress is to every person. It's not that you or me are happy and have stress-free life. It's about how well we manage. And sometimes it's difficult to manage as well. So such kind of herbs also help in.
Yeah.
Also, one thing which I forgot to mention is Epsom salt bath, which relaxes your complete body. And because it's rich in magnesium, it's called magnesium sulfate, it calms down your nerve system and it helps to induce a very good sleep. So in a bucket of warm water, adding approximately half to 1 cup of Epsom salt, along with essential oil like lavender oil, works amazingly. It soothes you, it makes you feel much more relaxed, and the next day morning is amazing for them.
Absolutely. Thanks for sharing those points. Remember always, if you have an Epsom salt bath, you may want to have a cup of water after that, because you sweat a lot because it pushes out a lot of water and toxins from your body, but you do get an unbelievable sleep with Epsom salt bath and lavender as well. No, Sneha, these points are really great. I also want to add to the fact that if you have a sedentary lifestyle, also, you may not be able to sleep too well at night because the body doesn't get fatigued. So your exercise is extremely important, your nutrition. If you're eating late night meals and going to bed within half an hour to 1 hour, by the time your carbs break down into energy, that's going to disrupt your sleep cycles as well. Many people who are very tired may fall asleep easily, but they don't have deep quality sleep, and that's important. So everyone asks, like, how many hours of sleep is necessary? It's really not about the hours you get. It's about the quality you get. So the question to ask yourself is, when you wake up in the morning, do I feel rested or do I feel sleep deprived? Do I feel tired? Do I need caffeine immediately? That means you've not slept good enough. So you may sleep, but it's the quality of sleep that matters. Some people can sleep for 4 hours and they're absolutely fine. Science has now shown us that people with a particular gene, which is activated in them, allows them to get 4 hours of deep sleep, and they can get through an entire day without stimulants, caffeine, and they're absolutely fine. But for most of us who don't have that gene activated, anywhere between 6 to 8 hours, really, the quality of sleep matters. And the main point for insomniacs is, don't try to sleep. The more you try to do something, it kind of keeps persisting.
Yes, okay.
So get into bed, you have to sleep. Don't try, don't close your eyes tight and try to sleep. Just get into that motion, do your deep breathing, listen to some peaceful music, your yoga nidra, everything that we spoke about. And I think this has worked for us. You know, we still have a lot of insomniacs who need sleeping pills. But the reason we decided to do this today was because a lot of people making these simple lifestyle changes that Sneha, suggested, including the nutritional changes. A lot of people have started sleeping like babies and they no longer require their medication and their overall health is improving. So we hope this works for you as well. Sneha, thank you so much for your valuable time. Everyone have a great
Thank you, Luke.
weekend. Thank you. Bye, Tina.